Hello and welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival 1.9 has entered the experimental branch, and there's some decent changes in there. As always, I will link down below in the video description to the patch notes so you can have a little peruse in your own leisure. Now, to get the 1.9 experimental version installed, you just have to right-click Empyrion Galactic Survival in your Steam library here, select Properties, then go to Betas, and in the drop down here, select Experimental Branch, way at the bottom. Let the game update, and then once it's done, launch the game. Once you're then into the game, it's always good to start a new game rather than continue an old one, especially when it comes to scenarios like Reforged Eden, Star Salvage, and the like. They won't be updated for 1.9 just yet, so it was always best to probably just start a normal survival game in the vanilla setting to test out 1.9. Before we do that though, let's have a quick comparison to the new character models. This is 1.9. They've updated the armors of the character models. Unfortunately, it looks like we still got the same PlayStation 1 faces going on here. My god. They're so bad. Anyway, at least the armor looking a little nicer, I suppose. Let's have a little look-see at the different body shapes. It looks like they just get stretched out, which is kind of what I suppose we'd expect, perhaps. But let's head into game now and see what the actual armors look like, because remember, this is just the pajamas. Our first thing as well, you'll notice there is a brand new start. Not only did we get Skillion last time, but now we have Ashon 2 Orbit. This looks a lot like that kind of little mini scenario that perhaps released a little while ago. The Escape from Nemesis. I wonder if this is basically that. Anyway, we're going to try that and give that a go. It's always good to check out these new things, isn't it? So I'll do my normal difficulty setting customization. There we are. Okay, and let's go ahead and start this up. Oh. Okay. Yes, this is the Escape from Nemesis scenario. That came out a little while ago. It's good to see it again. But, oh my lord. I don't have a suit on, and that is definitely a hull breach. Get the hell out of there. All right, here we go. Yeah, so this is looking good. So this is pretty much the same. I'm just seeing if there are any like differences. It looks like there are. Look, small constructor instead of large constructor. A couple of plants and things like that. Yeah, okay, so this is wonderful. Oh yeah, look, we get some nice suit stuff straight away. This isn't hard. This is easy. You get a medium armor and well, I suppose no EVA. That's the difficulty bit, isn't it? So no EVA, but you get an oxygen and a radiation and a temperature one. At least we're good to minus 30. Even it's minus 130 out, that doesn't give us much security, but still, I like the look of the adjustments they've made to this scenario so far. It looks lovely. There's our core and the public faction. And if we have a look here, this is where the warp drive used to be. Yep. Lovely. Okay. So I'm not going to run through this entire scenario start again from scratch. I have already done it. It is good, and I do highly recommend it if you are experienced with the game already. However, if you are new to the game, or perhaps you just want a slightly easier ride, then I would suggest sticking with one of the other scenarios, start scenarios that we're already familiar with, because this one, oh, it's a toughie. It's good, but it is a toughie. Anyway, so that's good. It's nice to see a new start to the game. Always a big fan of hard starts in these games and scenarios. So lovely stuff. Okay, so I'm going to fast forward a little bit, and we're going to see if we can get ourselves down on Ashon 2 Moon over there, and we're going to check out some of the other new features of 1.9. Oh, actually, before we do that, have a quick look at the armors that we got here. This is the medium armor, and you can see it has changed slightly. It might be due to my graphic settings, perhaps, but it's not looking particularly high resolution to me. But I do have quite low settings in some places that possibly could be affecting that. In any case, that's the new medium armor. So you've got a new helmet. The light seems to be centered to the player's head, which obviously doesn't affect the actual light itself, I don't think. Have a little look at some of the other armors that are available. Light armor, heavy armor, and epic heavy armor. Basically, some nice little changes to the armor set here. I'll let you guys decide whether you like that or not. It's a nice addition, but I think they could have gone further. If I'm completely honest, in my opinion, these changes are minor, and the resolution and shininess and just sort of depth of this armor, it just isn't much of an upgrade from the last ones, I've got to admit. Now, really, the main features of 1.9 is all about guns, armor, and combat. So there are some changes, like how the weapon is sort of drawn to your chest as you sprint, you see. And then apparently we've got some new recoil mechanics and bullet spray. Certainly on the side of the Xerax, we got some bullet spray as well. Now, as we're sprinting, there should be a little bit of sway. And as you can see, recoil and bullet drift as we run around. How this is going to affect combat and POIs? Well, let's find out, shall we? And I've perhaps chosen possibly a pretty bad location. I'm getting some sort of artifacts on the left of the screen there. You can see with the flashlight. Seems to be reflecting stuff. I don't know if that's supposed to be reflecting in my helmet or not, but yeah, that's a little distracting. Anyway, one thing I have noticed about this particular start here is it is incredibly difficult. The POIs have been updated, guys. Lots of new POIs. And see, that bloody hurt. That was a sniper shot. Ouch. Yeah, they don't really miss, do they? They don't really miss, those guys. Holy crap. Alright. Yeah, we have to be a lot more strategic and tactical about this now. Ooh, damn it. I just got another freaking bolt to the face. I've only got so many meds, but I suppose for the sake of this example here, I should probably pick up more. Anyway, the laser rifles are still awesome. That's the important thing. They won't have much in the way of a recoil. That's interesting. We've got Xerax and human soldiers in the same place. What is this place? I mean, it's not a Xerax POI, it's called Capifeb. And I gotta be very careful because there are actually defense guns on this thing. There's like a door over there, look. But so far, I mean, I'm not noticing a huge amount of difference in combat, but I've not been playing it for very long, and it might be something that we just have to like keep an eye on and notice over time. Right now, I know that I take a lot of damage very bloody quickly. Yeah, see? But, I mean, I've always taken damage from those guys very quickly anyway, so... I still have a real issue with hitboxes, it would seem. Unless you're in the scope. I'm going to be very sneaky in this POI, I tell you. I was about to say, how much freaking health has this thing got? Holy crap. Right. We have killed a lot of Xerax, but I don't think we killed nearly enough. Maybe one of these guys got meds on him, but I don't think so. Anyway. Oh, hello, look at this guy. There we go, got him. I mean, you know, the AI is still stupid, I guess. There we go, okay. Alright, cool. Can we go in here? Other faction. We can't go in there. We have to be very, very careful. Good time to reload. Really good time to reload. Fortunately, I'm still alive. There's 3 of them on the same spot there, maybe? Yeah, the reflections and stuff in the corner of my vision is really off-putting. But still, that's something that they probably will end up fixing very quickly. I can't imagine that's going to stick around for long. They're going to get a lot of people complaining about it, so let's not dwell on it too much, I'd say. Right, let's stay under here. We've got to proceed to the other side. This is a tough little POI. I've never done this one before. I think this is new to this version. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, we try and get up to the door up there. Very sus of that area. Get over here. Oh, hello. Let's get out of the way of that. That was lucky. There's a big freaking turret there, dudes. Oh boy. Let's do a little jump. Jetpack on, please. There's a sentry gun there. Are we going to end up killing me? Got my number now. Ouch. Ouch. Straight down to 62 hit points. My god. What a beast. There we go. Can we get it from here? Yeah, we can. Take that. Take that, sucker. Alright, we're 62 hit points. Do you think I can take the rest of this POI? The problem is, I mean, I got here in God mode, so getting out of here in anything other than that is going to be really difficult. There, look, big turret right there. Civilians. Oh, that could have gone badly. That could have gone very badly. Fortunately, it didn't. I'm very sus right now. Very sus. Yeah. I think the point is with 1.9, it's a lot harder. Combat. We'll probably just put ourselves in a nice little death loop here because we've got to run back through all the sentry guns. God. I suppose if we equipped ourselves correctly for this POI, it might not be as bad. So let's find out if we what happens when we do have the right equipment. First of all, we've obviously got to destroy all the outer defenses of our little base here. These things take a bloody pounding, don't they? How many missiles are you going to take, Sunshine? Let's swing it around, let's get around before the missiles start taking out things I don't want them to. This is, of course, assuming that you can even get a tank of this planet, which I think you can, actually, after enough time and effort in building. I'm sure you probably could. Outer defenses neutralized. Pretty much. We can turn the turrets off now. Alright. And, of course, you know, I've gone ahead and armed myself appropriately as well. And now we have some epic weaponry. Now, this is not the weaponry you would have on this starter planet, of course. We're, of course, taking the absolute piss at this stage. But it's all just for good fun. You are one zigzaggy mother ducker. Alright, let's switch to a weapon where it actually have some recoil here. Let me get my backpack back as well as kind of a point of course. There goes that sentry gun. Thank you very much. Yeah, see, instantly, you know, equipped correctly. We've got a lot of sort of shine back on the freaking on the helmet screen here. It seems like everywhere I go, I'm getting some kind of like weird reflecting artifacts going on the screen. I think that is something to do with the new armor. It's probably to add some kind of immersion effect to wearing this armor or something. I don't know. At the moment, it's just horrendous. Alright, very distracting. I may have overpowered myself. Entirely possible. Funny how the correct equipment goes a long way, doesn't it? Look at that. Barely taking any damage in this armor. This is hilarious. Can I use your med station? Maybe not. Oh, there's a downstairsy bit. No, I can't. This is actually a glass floor. Let's clear this level before we go downstairs. A little bit more here than I anticipated. Look at that. I took some damage, guys. It would appear that reckless behavior does ultimately result in almost dying. Right. That's another faction as well. So I should probably stand in front of the Xerax for a little bit and just see if they got that bullet spray thing. Jesus, these reflections are terrible. So we should be seeing some bullet deviation and spray. I don't know if it applies to this type of Xerax, in fairness. He doesn't seem to have any bullet spray going on there at all. He seems to be hitting me directly 100% all the time in the same place. So where is this bullet spray that we're so told about? Let's go downstairs. Now, oh yes, the androids were another one that I saw on the patch notes that apparently had some bullet spray adjustments. This guy's going to do a lot more damage to me. I just shoot him. He did miss. He missed. He missed again. He's not doing a lot of missing now. See if we can tempt him up the stairs a second. This isn't the best test situation to be in. It's really difficult to kind of like test this element of like patch notes and stuff without just doing hours and hours and hours of combat, which you would do in normal gameplay. You're going out your way, finding a POI and actually seeing what happens doesn't necessarily always result in... Yeah, I mean, I don't see much deviation, but I mean, they are sometimes missing, I guess. The cyborgs with the laser weapons, I wouldn't expect to miss often. They are cyborgs after all. Okay, let's get some revenge on these suckers anyway. A blammo. Okay. So all in all, I mean, yeah, I want to be careful here because, I mean, ultimately I've tested it here on this planet in one POI, but I'm not noticing a huge difference in combat. The fact is, if you go into a POI unprepared with shite armor and shite guns, you can expect to die very quickly. If you go into a POI way over-equipped and very heavily armed and armored, you're going to find it an absolute breeze. That hasn't changed. That's the same. Now, as for all this sort of, like, recoil and extra bullet spray and things like that, it's possible that the adjustments they've made have been so small that we're not noticing it. Or it's possible that we're just not noticing it because we've only played for a very short time in a single POI here. In any case, these the epic laser weapons and stuff are probably not what I should be using, and I should probably switch to lower tier weapons to really experience the changes. But again, it's still really difficult to tell because guns like the minigun here, we've always experienced huge amounts of recoil on these things. Bullet spray and the sorts. So telling the difference in that, I don't know. And from when we were using the pulse rifle, I don't know, it all felt pretty much the same to me. Still, I do like the fact that when you're sprinting, the gun is held close. It's a nice little touch along the right way. And I will take their word for it that there's bullet spray and stuff going from the Zirax. However, hopefully, this whole reflection business going on here, oh, that is going to F right off very quickly because this is just horrendous. There, Mr. Robot, are you able to hit me? Or are you being a stupid dumbass as usual? Right, hit, 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 miss, hit, miss, hit, hit, miss. They do miss. They do miss. So I think there is. I think there definitely is some bullet deviation and stuff like that. I mean, I never known these robots to really miss. They generally always hit their freaking targets all the time. They're infuriating like that. Yeah. Okay, so combat updates. Definitely some POI updates. This is not one I've seen before. Also, let me show you guys the command center. This is one I run into earlier and then was like, holy crap, what am I doing here? This is the command center. Let me put myself into IV, otherwise we're just going to sit here and take bullets all day. This is a new POI, again, I think to 1.9. I've not seen before. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. But this is very heavily armed, but is a large structure based out around the place. Looks like you've got some kind of like bunker type thing going on here. Lots of loot storage containers and such in here. Look at all these constructors and stuff. This place is going to be absolutely awesome to loot. Yeah, it's quite nice actually. It's a very good build. Very nice POI. I look forward to conquering it, but conquering it on a starter moon, holy moly, that is going to take some doing with the weaponry that we're seeing up here. So yeah, in short, the command center looks like the replacement of the drone base. on Ashen 2 Moon here. Since the playthrough that I did of this little scenario, well, start, I suppose, this has changed a lot. The Moon never used to have these big honking POIs on it, as far as I'm aware. These new ones, like the Capifer or whatever it is, and the command center, definitely a very much scaling up of the difficulty. Still, most of the time you can get around it, although there are some very nice deposits placed near it, which is obviously the real big driver for getting rid of the damn thing. So there are some other POIs as well. Unfortunately, the old storage unit here self-destructed and exploded while I was exploring, but out of it popped these defense turrets and stuff. So this is very much a kind of like ambush and die kind of POI with a few storage units here, but perhaps a little bunker underneath? No, I don't think there is, actually. Oh, there is. There's a huge bunker underneath it. Wow, okay. So that'll be interesting to explore. I'm not going to clip through and spoil that, but definitely worthy of perhaps taking out these defense turrets and seeing what is going on underneath it. The fact that the Xerax booby-trapped their own POI, not the Xerax, sorry, whoever these people are, booby-trapped their own POI and set up defense turrets in an ambush, suggests some shenanigans, at least, anyway. So, yeah, lots of interesting new POIs with this update. Some new looking armor, and we've got some new gun mechanics on the Xerax, apparently, although we're not really seeing that, but then this is a very, very short test. So, pinch of salts all around, swings and roundabouts, and so on and so forth. And ultimately, at the end of the day, the combat in Empyrion is still very much okay to good, I would say. It's definitely not your Call of Duties, and, you know, you're moving around and stuff. Oh, my lord, I put myself out of God mode. That was close. That was gonna say, you're very much moving around like you always have done. A lot of the mobility changes and stuff that we get in modern games and stuff are still not here, and hopefully they will be one day, but I wouldn't hold your breath. As for more better AI of these guys, well, who knows? Perhaps one day in the not too distant future, we will have not stupid enemies. Until then, they will continue to stick their foot in the ground, get lost on simple corners, and just stand there and not shoot at you when you're looking right at them. In any case, 1.9 had some good stuff. As always, I will link to the patch notes down below in the video description. And I'll let you guys feedback in the comments down below of what you found of the changes so far. Like I said, it's a very short test, so hopefully I've shown you something new. Maybe? Possibly. In any case, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.